Welcome everyone. I am Ron. This is Ageless Balance. We are going to do 2-day marching like this. We're going to do just bring the knees up, feet forward, and we're going to do some band exercises. The long band, the long and winding band, like that, like that. We're going to do. Okay. All right. But first we have to warm up. So start out with just this nice easy march, getting everything lined up, getting the knees, the toes, the hips, eyes, arms if you reach out, right out in front of you. And a little bit at a time, bring those arms up a little higher, bring the knees up a little higher, walking around just a little bit, and slow it down and bring the knees up a little bit higher, starting to get into that balance piece now. Start out with warming the joints up, getting the muscles warmed up a little bit through the lower body. Now we're going to take and get a little balance in there, working those ankles, making them make the floor flat underneath the foot, and up, taking your time. Whoa, we have to work on balance. Up and up, up and up. Oh, my left leg is the one that's not doing it for me today. And up, and we're good. Calf raises, up through the heels, and back down again. So just bring them up, concentrate ball of the foot all the way across, and back down. Knees stay bent, you stay over the hips. So don't lean forward and lock the knees out as you bring the heels up. You want to have that little bend in the knees, driving up through the ball of the foot. All the weight is in the ball. Toes are balancing you so you don't fall forward, and back down. A couple more times. Bring it up. So what I do is I roll underneath, hips underneath, bring it right straight up, and then back down one more time, rolling it under, lifting the heels, working those calf muscles, back of the lower legs, and down. Toes. So 1 foot at a time. Bring the toe up as high as you can get it. You want to feel these muscles working in the front of the lower leg, around the shins. Bring it up, high as you can get it. Don't lock the knee out again, little bend in the knee. Just bring the toe up. Want to feel those muscles working up there, through the ankle, and back, other side. All the muscles in the front are working to bring that foot up, those toes up. So you've got the work happening from the top of the foot, coming through the front of the ankle and up the front of the lower leg. Up and back down, other side again, up. Hold it. Feel the stretch on the back side of the leg too, those calf muscles that we use to lift the heel up. We're stretching those now. Other side up, like that. Toe as high as you can get it. And back down. We're going to do just a little bit of a roll. So feet apart in a stagger step. We go up on the toes, back on the heels. Let's do it this way. Heel up in the back, toe up in the front. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Up and back. Rocking horse here. You got the feet pointing in the same direction. Legs are apart. Neither knee ever locks out, especially when you go back onto that back leg. We bring the toe up in front. Make sure there's a little bend in that knee yet. Up and back. Switch sides. So we're taking that movement that we did when we were standing and putting it into a dynamic movement now. Toe up and heel up, taking your time. Control the movement. There should be a time where the heel and the toe of the opposite feet are both off the floor as you're making that shift. It's just like when you're walking. Toe up, coming forward, and back, and up. All right, we're going to go back to that march. Remember the march? We're going to go this right here. Feet up, arms up. I'd like you to do is as you pick the one knee up, bring the heel up on the other foot. So it's a skip, but just without coming off the floor unless you want to. If that's right for you, if to push off the ball of the foot. Otherwise, just bring that heel up as you're bringing that other knee up, getting into that skip. This is an agility move to keep you safe so that you can move quickly if you need to. If you need to move sideways quickly like that, you can do it. Up, because you've got the strength in those calf muscles to bring it up. You've got the balance to be able to balance on the ball of the foot, and you can move that way. Up, up, and up. Couple more. And we're good. Bring it down. Arms out. Roll the shoulder blades back. Chin around. Going over that right arm first. Your right, my left. Keep a little bend in those knees. Don't lock them out like I just was. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. So don't catch yourself. Chin coming down to the chest. Roll the shoulder blades back. Chest is out. Bring that chin around. Don't stretch too hard yet. Don't get the muscles all, or the bones and the joints up there just all cracking. You don't want that yet. Just feel the stretch through the muscles. There we go. And to the other side. Walk it around. Keep the eyes on the fingers. Shoulder blades back when you get to the back. Coming back to center one more time. Across the front. This time, really see if you can get those shoulder blades back a little bit more. And then bring the head around just a little bit more. Trying to get just a little more stretch off that other side. And then following the fingers around again one more time to the other side. Following the fingers is for the vestibular system. Eyes, brain, the coordination. So you can move your head, looking at something and not fall over, not get dizzy. Shake that out. Chin up to the chest, chin up to the ceiling. That way. Up. Take the chin and push up. Jut it out. Stretch all the way down the front. As you bring that chin up and head down, stop in the middle. Roll the shoulders back, shake it out. Make sure the shoulder blades are back on this one. You're going to bring the chin down to the chest. And that's going to be the stretch all the way from the base of the skull, coming down the sides of the neck and going around to the shoulders. But you got to get those shoulders down, really drive them down. That's a whole different experience when you can get those shoulder blades down. You're working the muscles on the upper part of the back. You're also stretching the muscles on the top of the neck, which is so important, or top of the shoulders. And bring it up. And shake that out. Next. Shoulder rolls. Small. We can keep moving here. Get back into your march again. We weren't marching when we were doing the neck stretches. It's a little tough. Bring it around and around. Small circles. Getting bigger to that point where your shoulder says, yep, that feels good. And stopping when the shoulder says, nope, that does not feel good anymore. And back. And back. Take it forward, starting small. Again, bend the elbows if you need to. If that gives you a little more rotation through the shoulder, where the hand way out like that causes more pain. Bend the elbows so you don't have as much lever length. And bring it around. And down. Shake it out. We're going to bring the shoulders up to the ears in a shrug. One of these. You just want to say, I don't know. All right, so the first thing I did, as soon as I brought the shoulders up, they came forward. Nope. Get those shoulder blades back. Shoulders come right up under the ears. Don't be a Ron. Don't do what I did. Up. It's like romper room. Do be a do be, don't be a don't be. Bring them down. That's what my romper room lady did, Miss Judy. Arms down and up. Right before she looked through the magic magnifying glass or the magic mirror or whatever. I see Timmy and Billy. And back down. That's why I would never watch that cartoon in my underwear or that show in my underwear, because she could see me. All right, we're going to take arm up over the top. Big stretch through the shoulder and take it over. Coming down on that opposite side. Feet flat on the floor, a little bend in the knees. Make sure that your body is in alignment. I'm having problems with that today. I was leaning forward again. Get those shoulder blades back. You want to just bend from the one side so the vertebrae are all bending up on that one side or stretching out on that one side. Bring that arm down, go to the other side, same thing. Get the arm right next to the ear, and then you can start bringing it down over the top, keeping the knees bent. Feet stay flat on the floor. Get as much stretch as you can through that shoulder. Back up. And bring it around. And back down again. Do just wrist rolls around, because we're going to be doing the bands, which means you're going to be putting a lot of stress. Well, not a lot of stress. You're going to be using the wrists. If you use too much pressure on them, you will have a lot of stress on them. But we want to get them loosened up before we start grabbing the bands. Around and back, around, and then get the fingers out and in, out and in. Get those stretched out. Get movement through those knuckles. Out in through the fingers all the way up. And relax. You should feel that in the forearms as well. Shake that out. Arms right straight out front. We're going to take shoulders and roll them out. So external rotation, taking those hands and turning them out. And then back again, bringing them in. As you bring the fingers in, rolling the hands, palms out, the shoulders are going to come forward and you're going to stretch out that upper back. And then as you bring the hands out again, palms coming up, the shoulder blade should go back, opening up the chest. So it's around, coming forward, and back. One more time. Forward, roll those shoulders down, and come back. Arms up overhead. A little bend in the elbows, same thing. Turn the palms out, or turn the arms, getting a rotation through the shoulder sockets. Out, and back. Around, and bring it back in, and arms down. Ooh, shake that out. I like that. We're going to go into a plie squat. So you got the feet out at a 45-degree angle. Into just a little bit of a squat. Pushing that butt back. It's kind of a hip hinge. You got the knees over the ankles. Feet stay out. Thing you're really concentrating on here. Don't let the knees come in as you're coming down. You want those knees to stay out wide, working the muscles on the outside of the hips to keep those legs pulled out. Muscles pull. You're using these ones outside here, those abductor muscles to pull the legs out, keeping them right over the ankle, coming down. As you push that butt out like you're sitting down, you're going to start to feel a stretch through the hamstrings. Stretch a little more, hamstrings, and the glutes. Roll the hips and push up. One more time. Feet out, butt right straight back. Put your hands on your thighs if you need them to hold the shoulder blades back. You want that chest up as much as you can. It's about the butt going back as you do this. So the shins are right straight up. Great stretch to the inner thighs, back of the thighs. Roll the hips forward, underneath. Pull those hips down underneath, pulling the muscles up in front, and then drive through the heels of the feet to full standing. Hands behind the head, back down, side bends. A little bit here. Don't push the chin to the chest. Make sure you're going right down the side. Reach and back up. If you need a chair on this one, perfect. Use it. You can just hang on to the chair, go into that plie, holding on, and then come down on the one side and just work that. You can do that a few times, then you can go to the other side, coming down and back up, or you can alternate. Stand behind the chair and alternate. All right, back up, back up, back up. Lunges forward, step out, and step back. So this is less of a lunge than it is just kind of a step out and step back. Take your time with it. As you take that foot forward, get yourself planted right in the middle. Lift the toes. Remember when we did that rocking horse at the beginning? We're using it again, switching legs. Out and back. So it's the same kind of movement. You can actually step forward, bringing the heel up off the floor, and then roll back on that heel, lifting that front leg and stepping it back. Again, these are just normal gait patterns is what they are. Up. This is all part of walking. Out, opposite arm, opposite leg, and step back, out, and back. This time we're going to go backwards. Step back, and up, back, and up. So keep that heel off the floor as you go back. Start bending that back knee just a little bit. Front knee stays over the ankle the whole way. So kind of just stay right here in the stagger step for a second, and just try going down. Check that knee, make sure it's not going forward. Staying right there over the ankle. Everything's happening in this back chain. Heel comes up, heel goes back down again. And that's what you're doing on this. Down and back. Push up underneath in that front foot. Drive up and step up. To the sides. Out and back. So you're going to pick that leg up. Toe stays forward, knee stays forward. Up, out, onto the ball of the foot, and then bring it down so both feet are flat on the floor. Coming back, you're going to bring that heel up first, and then off the ball of the foot, bringing that leg in and back down. You don't have to go wide. Just try to get that leg up. So what we're looking to do is strengthen the muscles on the outside of the hip, out, up, inner thighs as we bring that leg back in. Balance on the single leg, so you're shifting over that single leg using the core muscles. Stepping out, find your balance, push off, and back in again. Not wide, slow. That's the key. Up. Feel the ball of the foot to the heel on the floor. That triangle shape all the way across the ball of the foot to the middle of the heel. Up and back. The other thing you're doing here is you're learning when you push off how hard to push off so you don't go sending yourself flying off to the side. Out. All got to train the brain for that, because when something happens when you're walking outside or you're walking through the house, if you trip, you don't have time to correct yourself. The brain's got to do it. So you got to teach it that. All right, clock lunges. We're going to do that forward step, right leg out, and push back into the middle, out to the side, and back in. Lift, right straight back. That step back, and bring it back to the middle. Other leg, back to the 6 o'clock. So you're just continuing this rotation back and around, out to the side, and bring it in, and forward, step, push off, bring it back. We're going to go back around, but we're not going to come back to the middle. Like this, watch. Out front, push off with that foot, bring it around to the side, and then step down. Slower you can do it, the better. Again, it's not, look, I'm way out here, now I'm way out here. Doesn't matter. It's forward. Can you lift and bring that foot around, rotating it while you maintain balance on this stationary leg, and back to the middle. Other side, right straight back, out to the side, and forward. That was just fun. It was fun. All right, going into a hip hinge, butt right straight back, chest out. I like clock lunges. They're all about control with the core, with the hips, having the strength in the leg and the ankles to hold you upright while you're on one leg. And that other leg's moving around, throwing your momentum off, throwing your balance off, trying to. But your brain's smarter than that. Come on up. One more time, down. I want you to do is take the arms forward this time. So as you're coming into that hip hinge, arms out. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and bring it forward and come up. So again, down, arms forward, elbows back in a W, right here on Wisconsin, and back up one more time. In that hip hinge, butt right straight back, knees over the ankles, bring the elbows back, squeeze it, and forward. I got to do one more. I like this one. So we're going to do the same thing, arms out, but this time we're going to take, and like a snow angel, bring the arms around to the back, squeeze the shoulder blades back, chest is out, chin is up, and then bring them back again to the front. So it's a breaststroke, up. Sorry, I forgot to come up first. Back down, butt right straight back. So this is your chance to reset, making sure that the back is straight, shoulder blades are back. Bring the arms around behind you as far as they can go. Feel a stretch through the chest and the shoulders, and then back out front and up. We're there. Grab a drink of water. You're going to need your band now. All right, so here we go. First thing we're going to do, start out with band under the feet. So what you want to be really, really careful of here is that you are on the band. Don't let the toes come up as you're doing any of your exercises, because it will come. You want it right about where the arch is. Don't put it just underneath the ball of the foot, because then if you just lift the toes up, that band will come snapping up at you and probably hit you in the face. That's not what you want. Not what you're looking for. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. So let's start out with just getting that posture by doing a shoulder shrug. You've got a little bend in the knees. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. And you're just bringing the shoulder blades right straight up and back down again, keeping a little bend in the elbow, making sure that you're bringing the shoulders right up underneath the ears, looking right straight out in front of you, and back down, shoulder blades back. Man, my chest muscles must be really strong today because they're pulling my shoulders forward every time. Up. Again, it's that piece. You have to be conscious of every exercise you do, every movement in that exercise to make sure that you're maintaining posture, you're maintaining your form so that you don't get hurt. And so you're working the right muscles too. Up and back down. So we're going to go with kind of a row this time. So as you come up, elbows back and back down. So now you're not getting the shoulders involved anymore. This is the elbows back behind you, lifting up and back down. Up, arms back, elbows back and down. One more time. Up and back down again. All right. We're going to bring the arms up in front. So grab onto the bands, keep the feet together, and we're just going to bring the arms up front, up and back down. So this doesn't have to come all the way up. We're not looking for range of motion here. We're just looking to get this muscle in the front of the shoulder. So however high you can pull it up. I've got a hammer grip on it. I've got gripping the bands up and back down again. Shoulder blades stay back. Really important that you keep those shoulder blades back so that you don't pinch the front of that shoulder socket and back down. Pinching all those nerves that go through there. Ow! Up and back down. A little bend in the elbows at all times. Coming right straight out front, using that muscle at the top of the arm that goes up around the shoulder socket to lift the entire arm up. So don't hinge at the elbow. That would work the biceps on the top of the arm. We want to get those muscles up around the shoulder and back down, those deltoids. One more time. Up and back down. Palms forward, hands up, and back down. So it's a curl. Now we are using those biceps muscles. Front of the upper arm, up and back down. Again, if you want, hammer grip, palms facing each other, and back down. Whatever works for you, whatever works. Up and back down. Keeping those shoulder blades back, staying in neutral. Ears, shoulders, hips, knees, which have a little bend in them, the knees do, and then down to the ankles. Remember, the body stacks, all the joints distribute the weight throughout the entire body instead of any one joint or any one part of any joint doing all the work. Up and back down one more time. Up and back down. So I'm going to grab the bands the opposite way, and I'm going to take the arms and lift behind me and back down. So shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Try to get a little hip hinge into this. Remember, knees stay over the ankles through this whole thing. Don't let them go forward. You want the butt out, knees stay over the ankles. Raise the hands behind you using that deltoid in the back of the shoulder and down. Got one in the front, one in the side, one in the back of that shoulder socket. They encompass that joint and protect it. So we need to keep them strong. All three, got to work them all. Up and back. This is that muscle in the back. It goes up into the shoulder, contracting, lifting that lower arm up and back down. How high you go is up to your body. Shoulders, man, you really got to be careful with them. Get as high as you can, but don't try to go farther or don't make one go higher than the other because it can. Keep them even. When you do one side more than the other, you've already got a discrepancy. You're just going to make it worse. So keep the arms together and back down. One more time. Up and back down. Ooh. Shake that out. All right. Let's give the shoulders a break. We're going to go to the lower body. And I want you to just step out and back in again. Here's what you need to be really careful of on this one is that I'm going to stay on the same side. Let's go stay with one leg. Lift the leg up, out slowly, and then step it down, just like we did in warm-ups. Heel first, ball of the foot, everything stays forward. Here's what's really important. On the way in, slow it down. You're going to feel this on the inner thighs, working to control the movement. Up and in, you're going to feel it on the outer thigh. Muscles work together, trying to fight that band. That band wants to take and pull that leg right in. You're not letting it. You're also making sure the toe is pointed forward as you do this. Band's going to want to pull it in. You're going to work those muscles on the outside of the ankle, outside of the leg, lower leg, to hold that foot straight out. Again, take your time, single leg and back in. Did I say one more? Here's one more. Out and back in. Again, other side, up and out, up. Whoa, that just pulled that right in. My left leg is not my strong leg today. Up and in. Step up, step out, step up. Slow that band coming in. So don't bounce on this. It's really easy just to go out and back in, out and back in. You're not working those muscles. Take your time. Up, toe forward. Keep all of the body parts in alignment so that they get strong in that direction. Keeping that alignment. They will go there automatically once they get strengthened up. And one last time. Up, out, ball of the foot, heel up. Take your time, bring it in, and down. All right, feet together, toes out, and toes in. Just like that. You don't have to have the feet touching. It's just up and out and back in again. You're going to feel this all the way from the glutes, down the hips, working the knees, the ankles. Everything is involved in bringing that foot out. Heels stay right where they are and back in. Knees stay forward. So this isn't turning the knees out at the same time. We're not working the muscles we want. Keeping your posture, up on the heels, roll at the ankles, and back and in. 2 more times. Up, out, and down. Back in, up. Again, we want to work ankles. Ankles are so important to be strong. They are the base of our support. All right. So next we're going to do heels. Up and out. Up and in. Taking your time. Don't go fast. Contract the muscles slowly to prevent that band from doing all the work. Up and out. Because if the band's doing the work, you're not. Up. You want to strengthen those muscles up. Staying on the ball of the feet. Balls of the feet. If that doesn't work for you, the balance on the balls of the feet, one at a time. Out, out, in, and in. It's another way to do it. You're still going to feel the work happening just as much as if you were balancing on the balls of the feet. One more time. Out and back in. Again. All right. We're going to do one other thing here with the bands. Stay standing. Grab a drink of water. We're through. Well, yes, we are. I was trying to do math there. It didn't work out very well because I'm not a mathematician. Nor do I play one on TV. We're 2/3 of the way into this. There we go. That's what I was trying to get out earlier. We're going to do, let's take that. We're going to do here. Band under one foot. Single hand. We're going to do some stuff single-handedly. First thing we're going to do is a row. So foot goes out. You're in that stagger step. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Knee over the ankle on the front leg. Get yourself pointed right out front and then push the butt back as you come right straight down. We're going to take that elbow and bring it back. So I need to get a little more tension on the band, so I wrapped it around the hand, and it's back. Squeeze the shoulder blade around and back down. Again, not turning. Do not turn like that. You want to make sure that you're bringing it right straight up. When you get to the back, that's when you get the shoulder blade involved and bring it around without the torso twisting. And back and down. So bringing it in, elbow back as far as you can get it, and then squeeze the shoulder blade. So you're not bringing the elbow in. You're using the muscles in the shoulder blade to pull it towards center and then back down. These are the posture muscles we work. to keep those muscles strong in the upper back between the shoulder blades so that it keeps our chest out, our chin up. We look out like we're supposed to. All right, one more time. Back, roll it, and back down. Triceps kickbacks we're doing, working the muscles in the back of the upper arm. Again, foot underneath that band, elbow back as far as you can get it. Make sure you've got some slack there, not slack, but that it's a little loose so that you can extend at the elbow, feeling those muscles work in the back of the upper arms and back. So again, let's start out from the beginning. Stagger step, feet side by side, apart, and then butt out, chest comes down, elbow back, and then extend and bring in. Kind of felt like we were doing the robot there. Out and back in. Elbow stays back. The only thing that's moving is that elbow. You're hinging at the elbow. Nothing else is moving. And back in. Out. And back. One more. One more. One more. Out. And back. So when you get to the back, don't lock the elbow out. Get right to that point before you lock it out completely back. You got a little bend, and then feel the muscle. Tighten it up in the back of the upper arm. You can squeeze those muscles and make it work. And back in again. Ooh. Out to the side. Again, adjust your band. Give yourself a little more slack if you need it. What we're going to do is bring the hand out to the side this time. So it's out and back in. Got the band wrapped around the hand. Palms facing down. As I lift up on the side, it's an arc. So it's out and up and then down and in. So it's not a diagonal. This is using this muscle on the outside of the shoulder, that deltoid that works out on the outside. Bring it up in the middle and back down. It's lifting the entire arm up and back down. Try to extend the arm out on this one and adjust by giving yourself a little more slack if you're having any problems with that shoulder. Up. Decreasing the tension. Don't give yourself slack. You should always have tension on that band. It should never be flopping around. Just keep a little bit of tension on it all the time and feel it right where you need to feel it. And back in. Up. Hold. And back down. Bring your foot all the way to the outside, the opposite side of the band. Here's what we're going to do. Arm up, shoulder press up and above, and back down. So you want as much band as possible. Still in that stagger step. Don't get rid of that. Keep this solid, strong base up over the top and bring it back down. So I've got palm in, palm out, but you can do whatever works for you, whatever works for your shoulder. So you may want to keep the palm in and just reach up to the ceiling and back down again, keeping that palm facing the middle the whole way, or maybe forward. That's a little harder, but maybe that works for you. For your shoulder, that's the right thing to do. Do it. Otherwise, for me, it's palm in to palm forward, down and back. Again, you don't have to, whoa, careful. You don't have to go to the end of the range of motion. It's not, how high can I reach? It's feeling these muscles work in the shoulder as you rotate and go up. Once you can feel them working, you're done. Bring it back down again. You've got them engaged. You go to your range of motion, stop for a moment, and then come back down again one more time. Up and back down. Put the band in the opposite hand. Take it across. We're going to reach up at a diagonal and bring it back down. So again, I've got my palm facing toward me as I go up and bring it back. You may feel better about wrapping it around your hands a couple times and maybe pushing out like a fist and bringing it back. But if you can, try to extend the elbow and then the shoulder at a diagonal and then bring it back in. Again, bands are beautiful because you can adjust this with as much tension or as little tension as you need to make this move happen. Out and back down. Out and back in one more time. Out and back. Other side, other foot, other hand. So the hand that you just had the band in, that's going to stay there now. We're stepping on that thing, on the band. Trying to think of where we're going here. All right, got it. Stagger step, knee over the ankle, back foot. Both legs are parallel. Start right here. That back knee is bent. You're going to hip hinge over that front leg. This knee does not move as you come down. See that? Right straight down to the floor. Starting out with a narrow row. So it's arm forward, elbow back, roll the shoulder blade back just a little bit, and down. So again, it's not extending the elbow back and twisting the torso. It is just squeeze the muscles in the upper back, pulling that shoulder blade in toward the spine, and then back down again. I needed a little more tension. Back and down. Again, the beauty of bands. Around. Don't put too much tension. If you're really stretching that band out and you can like see through the band because it's pulled so tight, let me know so I can get you a heavier band. Up, roll the shoulder, and back down one more time. Up, roll, and down. Keep the elbow back right there. Make sure let's go back to middle. Let's find our stagger step again, just in case we lost it. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out, coming down toward the floor. Foot in the front, weight doesn't move. It's mostly in the heel. Elbow back, extend, and bring it in. Elbow stays right where it is. It's hinging using the muscles in the back of the upper arm. As they contract, as they get shorter, that lifts that lower arm up and back down. Don't twist. Don't move the shoulder. Out. I'm sounding pretty bossy today. Don't move that shoulder. Don't you do that. Out. Squeeze it. And back in. And in one more time. Right there. And bring it back. Side arm raises. Give yourself a little more less tension. Some more less tension. You're going to need more or less tension. All right. Out to the side. Bring it up. A little bend in the elbow always. And back in. So one of the things with this is the band is pulling at the hand. Be careful of the wrist or of the elbow. This is an elbow. You want to keep that straight all the way up and all the way back down. If you can't, if the band is pulling you down, elbow staying up, arm coming down at a funky angle, bend the elbow a little bit more so you can keep that straight all the way across. You want this to be a single plane from the shoulder all the way down to the wrist when you get to the top and back down. Bring it up. So how far out you extend that hand makes it a little more challenging, but it's what works for you. Up and back down. So you want to feel this right here, outside of the shoulder socket, and back down one more time. Bring it up and back down again. Shoulder press. Give yourself some more less slack. Some more slack. Overhead. Shoulder press. Pushing the arm up above our head. Remember, we did that in warm-ups. Up and back. We're doing it again. We did that twist through the hands here, getting that shoulder ready for this move. Up and back down. Again, what you do with the hand. If you have the palm facing backwards, then as you go up, palm faces forward. That's an Arnold press, named after Arnold Schwarzenegger. Up. Those are working all three of those deltoids around, causing that rotation to happen in that shoulder socket. Up and back in. Otherwise, palm in is neutral grip. That is the safest for your shoulder. And back down, but you have to keep the shoulder blades back as you do it. Up and back down one more time. Up and back down. Okay, we worked the shoulders hard enough. Let's go to the other side. We're going to do that. Up and across and bring it back down. So arm up, elbow comes out to the side, then you extend at the elbow, back and down. Cross body, staying at that diagonal, reaching out to the side in, and back down. So you should be feeling the chest muscles working, the shoulder muscles, out. Keeping the wrist straight. So what I did was, as I got to the top, I was dropping my wrist back. That band was pulling it down. You don't want to do that. You want to keep that wrist straight, all the way up, all the way back. So it's out and back. You're going to feel it's 10 times harder in a good way. Out and back. One more. Up and back down. Bands down. Hydrate with water. Not your favorite liquid, water. Unless water is your favorite liquid, then you're fine. All right. Excuse me. We're going to sit down. We don't have a whole lot of time here to cool off. So if you want to do a few more of these stretches after we're done, perfect. You can do that. Or you can go back to the beginning of this if you watch it on the video and do those first ones again. Bring the arms back, shoulder blades back, chest is out, toes, knees pointing forward. Leaning forward in the chair in that hip hinge, bring it out, roll the shoulder blades back, and feel a stretch in the back along with the chest. Re-roll the shoulder blades back together as much as you can. Deep breath in, stomach out, exhale, bringing the hands to the thighs, doing a cat-cow. Bring chin to the chest. Roll the shoulders forward, get as much stretch to the upper back as possible. One more time, grab onto the back of the chair. Bring the shoulder blades back, chest is out. Deep breath in. Into the stomach and exhale. As you come forward, we have to do a rotation because of what we worked for muscles. Upper body, we want to get that shoulders rotated from the middle of the spine up. So we're going to take back hand on the chair, front hand out front. We're going to roll the shoulder blade back, or the shoulder back on that back arm. Keeping the back straight, chest out, chin up. When I say chin up, I mean looking right straight out in front of you, not at the ceiling. It's not that chin up. Other side. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Hand on the outside of the thigh just to keep that front leg honest from going out to the side. Holds the shoulder in place as well. Roll the shoulder blades back one more time. Rotate with that back hand just a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Coming back to center. Legs apart. Hands on the thighs into that push-up. Right straight down. Back stays straight, so don't lean down looking at the floor. This is right straight down between the legs. Fantastic stretch for the lower back. It feels so good. And push up through the hands. And up this time. Arms out front. Roll down, taking the hands. Roll the shoulders toward the floor. Chin stays away from the chest the same amount all the way down. Reaching under the chair as far as you can. Hands up on the thighs and push yourself back up, starting with the shoulders through the heels of the palms. Excuse me. And up. Two times deep breaths. Bring your torso down on top of the thighs. Roll the shoulders back as the arms come out. Shoulder blades come together. That's when you start bringing the torso up. Deep breath in through the nose. Force the air down into the stomach, and exhale. You're actually forcing it down in the lower part of the lungs, pushing the stomach out and back down. You don't push the air into the stomach. That's not a real thing. Down. And again, deep breath in as you come up. Shoulder blades are back, arms out to the side. In through the nose, push the stomach out, and bring the arms down. That was today's class. Lots of band. I will see you on Friday. We will do something else. It'll be fun. It'll always be fun. Thank you, guys. Can you believe it's World Lizard Day? Isn't that exciting? Yeah, Wednesday, World Lizard Day. Celebrate with a lizard. Buy yourself a lizard. We've got them running wild down here, so it doesn't matter. We always have them. We we put rocks. We put boulders in our backyard for the lizards to lay on top of. We like them. Indiana, fun. Okay, we'll see you next week then. Have a good weekend, Gene. Yep. Yes. You're right. It's not. I'm trying to get them on YouTube first. I mean, they're so you know how far behind I was. I'm trying to get somewhat caught up, and I can't do everything at one time. I wish I could. Yeah, I need it's another upload for me, and that's what takes the time. So I'm just working on trying to get caught up on YouTube first. If you can get me another 2,000 hours of viewing time and 200 more subscribers, yes. Until I have those numbers, I can't do it. That's that's my hope. Oh, you mean for the to take you to another site? Yes. See, here, yeah, and here's the problem. So that's Wistia where I put it where there's no ads. And the problem is if you go out to Wistia and watch it, I don't get any viewing hours on YouTube. So I'll never hit the goals that I need to get rid of the commercials. So it's a double-edged sword. Plus that cost me $100 a month to have that alternate site. I don't know. I'm still I don't know what to do with it because I'm just afraid I'm never going to hit it on YouTube. So I've got to put it on Wistia. That's costing me $1,200 a year though, and that's just not money I can afford to give up. As long as it's on YouTube. If you see that there's a link in there, that means I was able to get it over to Wistia. Yep. Uh, you bet. Thanks, Nancy. Bye.